Tonight, we're beginning now with an invasion of armyworms in parts of the Midlands. If you're seeing some brown or dry patches in your yard, if your grass is completely gone, it might not be from a lack of rain, but instead from those dreaded armyworms. Tonight, experts say this is all due to recent heavy rains. News 19's Shelley Garzone has the details on how these small worms can create big problems.
They can really decimate the grass and you can lose a lot. I have seen a baseball field just completely decimated by armyworms.
Jackie Jordan is the Master Gardener Coordinator for Richland, Kershaw, and Fairfield counties with the Clemson Extension. She tells me armyworms are invading lots of yards in the Midlands.
They're really voracious eaters of different plants. So they go after turf grass, they can go after some ornamentals, corn, a lot of pasture grasses. So they're looking for nitrogen in their diet. So they're going after those new leaves, those new blades, that new growth.
Here's some pictures of what these worms might look like. Jordan tells me a way to spot them is to look for a distinct Y shape on their heads.
If you are seeing movement, especially early on in the morning, out in your lawn, you're getting a lot of crows, a lot of birds in your yard. They like to eat them. So that can be an indicator that you have them.
We asked Jordan how residents can get rid of armyworms.
There are insecticides that they can use to treat for them. Depending on what the crop is, you may not have to do anything. You may have to give a little bit of a light fertilization to spur on some more growth, but it's going to be crop dependent.
They're a very big nuisance. We've lost, oh Lord, I bet we've already lost about 50, 60 acres to them so far.
Ethan Bedford is the owner of Hazelwood Farms Dairy. He tells me farmers are negatively impacted by these worms.
They're eating our pastures down and we're going to have to start feeding hay. But on the other side of things, they're eating the hay fields down to the point that we're not hardly getting any hay out of them. And so it's going to end up causing a pretty good hay shortage here in South Carolina for the ones that have it. And the ones that are having to feed hay that cannot produce their own, it's going to put everybody in a bind, and I've got a feeling we're going to end up losing more farmers this year than we did last year.
Bedford says farmers depend on hay to feed their animals during the winter season. Without it, he says, South Carolina farmers might need to get hay from out of state, which can be costly.
Support your local farms, because y'all's support help us keep going even through times like this. It allows us to be able to go out and purchase our sprays or whatever we need to keep going.
Shelley Garzone, News 19, WLTX.
And if you want to spray your yard, local landscapers say you can find insecticide at your local farm supply stores.